Not much hope for renewed peace talks from the Kremlin after Thursday's meeting in Manila between Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov and US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Here is Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov.
I would not be overly optimistic in this situation. Indeed, contacts are taking place, and this is always a positive thing. However, it's too early to speak of any new dynamics or renewed acceleration.
While Moscow and Washington are both saying they're hoping for a peaceful resolution of the conflict, one of the most noticeable results of this Manila meeting, or lack thereof, I should say, is that there is no clear or publicly announced understanding of what happens next, as there's no set date for when Washington envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are to visit Moscow for this continuation of dialogue. Now, all this comes as the EU introduces its 21st package of sanctions against Russia, something that Russia's repeatedly said is hurting Europe way more than it is hurting Moscow, given the current situation on the global markets with the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. The EU, including more banks, cryptocurrency firms, and oil trading companies on its sanctions list, saying they're helping Russia avoid restrictions, as well as capping oil prices purchased from Russia at $44 per barrel. Now, this would have hurt Moscow if it was actually selling a lot of oil to the EU, but its main markets are India, China, and Turkey. And rising oil prices globally are helping offset these sanctions, as well as increased Ukrainian strikes on tankers carrying Russian oil. Reuters has calculated that Russian revenues from oil and gas in July could be up by as much as 60% compared to the same period last year. This is bound to help Moscow with its ever-expanding budget spending as the war continues. Dmitry Medvedenko, Al Jazeera, Moscow.